clean that camera. It's not really brilliant, is it? Coming at you in 720p. That's all you can do, though. That's all YouTube stream at is 720. Obviously, if you're doing it live, you can, on a desktop, you can get it up into 1080p. And if your graphics card's good enough, you can get it to go up to 1080p, 60 frames per second. But sadly, not tonight. We're just doing it off a phone. So, welcome to, we're only here for the comments. So hopefully we're going to get something. I haven't set this up or anything, so we're a bit late at night here in the UK. Hopefully we're going to actually get somebody to pop in and watch it. Try a different set of glasses. If you do come in, please share it out. No, these are a bit mucky. Let's get the cleaner out. John Paul Glasgow, good evening, mate. Nice to see you. So I didn't set anything up. I was a bit late coming in as well, so it nearly didn't happen. I'm just going to... Is the audio okay? Just check the audio for me. Just stick us a like on there, if you will, John Paul. It motivates the stream. I was just going to sit there, to be honest, and have a bit of a chill out and look at stuff, but all I could find is young people dancing and other such tosh. So I thought, I'm not going to bother with this. Make sure we switched on the right one. Yeah, number 2, that should be it. 3 people, how are we doing? It's fine, that's good. So we're on the Samsung tonight and the Rogue Go kit. So 3 people popped in. If you're popping in, just say hi and I'll say hi back to you. Again, we're only here for the comments, so it's all good. Just going to dry and wet these. Or should I say clean these. Net Reality, hi, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I don't seem to have the success that the earlier success seems to have disappeared. A few weeks ago, YouTube were actually throwing these into people's live streams that were massively successful. We ended up being recommended in a one for one of the people that do auditing. So we ended up with 680 watch that one. So seven people, exciting. I just had a look through some of the other live streams and I thought, Oxygen, how you doing? Free Tommy Robinson, exactly. That's exactly right. You're in the right place. Should never have been locked up in the first place, if that's the truth. Obviously, if you've got any political views, please feel free to share. I might not agree with them, but you can't be wrong because they're your views. 17 people. That's how quick this goes up. Do that in a horizontal stream and it'll take you ever in a day to get 17 people through on a channel with 261 subscribers. We're actually on the subscriber hunt as well. So if you're interested in anything we've got to say on here or you're having a good time, please subscribe. It makes the channel get bigger and bigger and get shared out. Over the last 2 months, it's probably gained 100 subscribers, and most of it's been through doing these live streams and connecting with people in other countries, and it all seems to work out really well. I'll just make sure I'm on the right chat. All messages, that's it. Brilliant. But as you can see, it goes up and down pretty quick. Every time you seem to say share it out, it seems to work. Just keep sitting here going, share it out, share it out, share it out. Hopefully people are interested in what I've got to say. And the more people that comment, the more interesting it is for me, to be really honest. We got a guy on the other week and we were doing shows from back in the 70s and 80s. And that stream lasted an hour and a half. It just went on and on and on and on. It was fabulous. One of the best ones we've done. It was quite interesting. So what you all been up to today? I've been at work, obviously. Just got finished. It's been quite a busy day for me as well. So it worked out pretty well. I think... One thing I did do, I seem to get a better signal on the phone now. I don't know whether the signal's dropped off around here, but I put a cradle on the dashboard. I put the phone in it, and you can see there's a visual difference straight away. Drink of choice, tea. Hi, any UFOs around there? Not seeing one. Sometimes you sort of think there are nonce. That's nice. Adopt me. I don't think I want to if you're going to come out with statements like that. Just started to watch Gladiator 2, but he'll have to wait. Lovely. Sabrina, how you doing? Yummy tea. I love sweet cold tea. You might not love this one. There's no sugar in it, and it's hot. Decaffeinated tea with no sugar. Perfect. I'm a massive drinker of tea. I do drink it cold. I'll make a cup of tea and leave it stood on the table and forget about it and go back to it 4 hours later and drink it. Gulp, 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 finished. No sugar is good too. I'd stopped taking sugar about probably 40 years ago, 35 years ago at the very least. And they said it'll help you lose weight, but it never did. Adopt me, wrong life story. I was meant for some woman. Some woman. Okay, we'll adopt you then. Yours is a subscription for that one. Adopt me. I love it, I do. We've had some fun on here. Some people come in and put some awful things, and a lot of times you just give them a bit of stick back and it blasts them out of the water. But some people turn into really nice people, and we have some fun. They're like, right, I've tried to troll you and it's not working, so I'm about to speak to you instead. And we've had some fun. We've had some real fun. One of them we had 680 people through. It was like being famous. The chat was doing this. And I had a job to keep up with people. That's how much fun it was. But those heady days seem to have been far behind now. But such is life. No sugar is like vape with no nicotine. Pointless. Really? Well, you're entitled to your opinion, but on this occasion you are wrong. You stop taking sugar and see how much weight you lose. Absolutely none. Nicky Maynard, or Dave from the Winchester, is now called. I saw a short come up about Minder and Dave from the Winchester, and he was informing Arthur that he got to pay his tab up. Or he hadn't paid his tab up, so he'd need to pay for the drink that he got. He got a gin and a vodka and tonic, VAT, because that was always the joke, wasn't it, VAT. He said, how much is that? He said, 60 pence. Can anybody ever remember having a vodka and tonic for 60 pence? Gosh, you'd have to rent the glass now. Oh dear. I can't remember how much a pint was when I started drinking. Obviously, I was underage because that's what you do in England. I've worked it out. If I chop this camera in really close, I lose 2 stone. How's about that then? Well, I ain't really got a lot to tell you, other than my day's been pretty good. I've enjoyed it. I've had a bit of channel news. I've had a couple of good walks this week. I did a live stream down the side of the river yesterday. All right, yeah, it just take a long time. We'll just go on to that one first. When I actually drank tea with sugar, I used to have it so it was nearly milk with about 3 sugars in it. First thing I did when I started drinking tea without sugar, it must have took a couple of months to get used to it, but it did in the end. And now if somebody stirs their tea and puts the spoon in mine, I can taste the sugar in it. But I also have it, I get what they call Rington's double cup tea bags. So the idea is you can make 2 cups of tea with 1 bag. Keep taking, put it out and put it in the other one. And I leave them in for about 10 minutes and wander about. If you go in portrait mode, mate, it shares it into the shorts live stream, and you get a lot more people come through. So that's why I do it in this channel. I do it in portrait mode because when I go walking, I also do it in portrait mode. Which, if you're on a phone, is just as easy as you just turn it up, don't you? But it does chop the screen, and it obviously makes me look younger. But that seems to be the way to do it. They're actually promoting live streams in portrait mode because obviously they're trying to take on TikTok, aren't they? Because they're all portrait mode. So the first time I ever did it, 680 people came through. And you watch most of the lives that I've done, like walking videos. Some people don't stay very long, and some people will stay the whole thing. But you sort of getting 200 and 300 through now. I think I did one yesterday afternoon, and that was pretty quiet. And then when I went off, I got 92 people in, and people have watched that on the replay as well. So let's get around to Cloud Chucker. Good evening, Mr. Cloud Chucker. How are you doing? Nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a week. I wish it was this time last week because I could just go and do that all again. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed that expo. I didn't really want to leave, to be honest. It was 4 o'clock when I left, and they were just starting to shut. Everybody was packed up. I'm a bit the same. You know, when I go to a concert, they're usually putting the drums away before I leave. It was a fantastic weekend, and I really enjoyed it. I wish I could go and do it all again. I'm streaming on the phone, yeah. Streaming on the phone using the Rode Go microphone on the Rode interview mic in a proper mic stand. This is a setup I'll just show you. And it comes through pretty well if I've got it plugged in, right? It comes into, it's the Rode, this is the Rode Go kit, and it comes connected to a wire, goes into a Type-C converter, because it's 3.5, I can't pull it up that well, you can see that one there. It's the same plug as that, but on the other end, and it goes into a Type-C converter, and straight in the bottom of the phone. And it works pretty well, doesn't it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, I could just do to go back and do it again, but I don't think my bank balance could. I hammered it this time, to be honest. I said to my wife when I got back, I said, I've spent some bloody money. She said, well, you'd probably have spent it on booze. I said, I don't know. I don't think I've spent this much. I came back with a tenner. But I got some really amazing stuff. Mick, did you see a message earlier? I did, mate, yeah, but I was busy and I didn't get back to you. To be honest, I was just munching. I'd come in, I was just eating my tea, and then I forgot to get back to you. But I've been saying it's been one of them nights where I've been busy. So hopefully that'll carry on over the weekend. I'm not really looking for any, to be honest. I thought I was short of them. But when I've looked through, they're all stuck in mud that's been in there for weeks, aren't they? So at the minute, I don't really need any. But it's about time I supported the local shop anyway, because I haven't been down there and bought anything for months. So I probably could get some more of his mollies and just buy them from there. They're not massively expensive, and if we're not careful, he'll not be here. You'll be there in October, I won't. I'll be in Benidorm, mate. We go to Benidorm on the 20th, and I can't afford, I've got a full week of it this time. I had a word with the boss and said, would you mind if I went for a week? She says, no, mate, I won't. So I'm going for a week, because it was expensive to go for 4 days and not as expensive, it's more money, but it was only 100 quid to go for a week. So we're just going to go for a week. And it's the same with the parking as well. Anybody remember these? Should only be worn inside. I would keep them for next year. Walk around screaming that again, didn't I, really? If you have a word with Craig, Punk Rock, he's doing a benefit for a cancer charity. I can't remember the guy's name now, it's gone out of my head. Oxford, Neil Oxford, he's got blood cancer. And they're doing a benefit for a charity that he wants to do. So if you look on there, I've put a really good prize on. So if you're interested in doing that, contact Craig and join his Facebook group, the Punk Rock one. And I put a little video up, and it looks real professional, to be honest. Quite proud of that. Scream vape. I'm the sunbathing god. I got John sat next to me and I kept saying that, and he's looking at me like, yeah, he's finally lost it. I know he's not drunk because I've been with him all weekend. He hasn't had a drink. He's obviously mental. What do you mean? Hang on, what's that? John Paul? I don't know. John Paul Glasgow, still pugs and nebs. I don't know what you mean, mate. What, there in October, you mean? They'll all be there in October, won't they? It'll be a full crew apart from me. I can't do it twice. I just can't do it twice. It's because I like to go away with the lads and that, and I can't have, because it'll be the week before, won't it? So unless I win the lottery and retire, then in which case I can do what I like. Oh, collecting for Neil. Oh, excellent. Good. So anyway, I've put that up in an auction. I didn't realise what you meant, mate. So if you have a look, there's a hog 400 in there. I can do what twice? I can do I could do 2 weekends away but I can't do that amount of money. Oh, that's better. You can see me now. I just can't do it. Can't justify all that money. Walking in there with me wallet open. Expo. I could do Expo twice. I could do it 3 times. But I say I can't. The week after that, I'm away in Benidorm. And unless I win the lottery between then and now, I need to earn some money. The only trouble with our place, for some strange reason, you have a weekend off and I'll go, I think it's packed up. No, don't be stupid, mate. I am a god. I bought a big bag of those pork crunchy things the other day. So I had a few the other day. Then I had a few tonight because I just had a sandwich for my tea because I was busy. Can everybody hit the thumbs up as well? Because it shares it out and it's brilliant. Even if you're not enjoying it, please hit the thumbs up. And I'll when I get rich and famous, I'll shout you all out. Anyway, the other night they made me thirsty, and sure enough, they've done it again. Real salty and oniony and that type of thing. So. Well, that's a good thing if they're collecting for Neil as well. But it's for a charity, isn't it? But I've put it in with them. We haven't put a reserve on it because they don't want to go for nothing. Because it's a good setup and you can't get hold of them anymore. So head over to see Punk Rock and see what you think. It'll be nice. I think Cloud Chuckers won the lottery. I've just had a massive kebab and stuff now, yeah. You can't be a god without sugar in your tea. What would you, like, if all of a sudden you turn into a god? I mean, I'm not religious in any way, shape or form, especially what's happened to Lou. But if you turned into one, what would be the first thing that you granted somebody? I don't know if, obviously the first thing you do, the first thing I'd do, I've got retouch on now, so I look younger. You'd unbalance nature though, wouldn't you? Because you'd stop everybody dying of diseases. And then the world would be full. But you could just be selfish and, stop the people that you like dying of diseases, I suppose. My beautiful, bald brother. Mind Melt Diaries. Good evening to you, ma'am or sir. My beautiful, bald brother. Are you the same? Are you follically challenged, just the same as me? I've got retouch on now, though, so I don't think it's fair. Will it turn off? Watch out for this. I'm going to scare you. Real life? Retouched. I don't think it does a lot, does it? No, it does. It gets rid of your freckles off your head. I'll leave it on. You never know, I might pull Sue's not in. My cat's a pain in the butt. It won't bloody eat. Give him a bowl of food this morning, never ate it. Then he come down and had two slices of beef. Came back in, gave him another bowl. He wouldn't eat that. Then he went out, so I put the bowl outside with him. I thought, well, if you get stuck for a month, you'll have to come back and eat it there. Thank you very much. That's lovely. Yeah, I shave mine as well. One wish, one only, if I were God. What would be that? Give the cat a kipper, it'll eat it. I don't know, I give it, it's on that Catkin stuff. I don't know if you've seen it advertised on Facebook and that. And basically it's fit for human consumption, which I know all cat food has to be nowadays. But when we first got it, he used to lick the bottom of the bowl. He was that excited with it. And then all of a sudden, he's decided he's not hungry. But he had a bit of we think he got hit by a car the other week. So we took him down to the vets. And they x-rayed him and everything. They can't find anything, but I think it's just knocked his confidence. I want to sleep, Mike. If you looked, if you get the photo and do that, and stretch it out, you can actually see he's half asleep, But his eye is a kite. He's been on the catnip. A bald man live streaming. His wife lovingly polishes his head, hoping to see deeper into his soul as he speaks wisdom to his fans in a glowing holy light. Good night, brother. That's brilliant, isn't it? Do you want to do it again? I don't know if it'll work on this microphone. A bald man live streaming. His wife lovingly polishes his head, hoping to see deeper into his soul as he speaks wisdom to his fans in a glowing holy light. I messed it up there. Good night, brother. There you go. Eventually, cats give up on food for a bit. Well, yeah, that's right. Well, he could be. Yeah, he's not quite so keen on coming in. But I know he went, when Lou was first poorly, Sue spent a lot of time over at Lou's. And he did start, you could sort of tell he wasn't that interested in being here. Obviously, somebody else was looking after him. And I think he thought, well, you're not here for me, so I'll just clear off. Anyway, she was over there for about a week and a half, and he was getting really distant. And then all of a sudden, when she come back, he jumped on her and he was all right again. But I got on really well with him. He's my mate. I'd be heartbroken if it happened to him. But the other week, I went out and because he hadn't come in, and he was on the top of the shed, and I kept shouting at him, and he's just meowing at me. And I worked out he couldn't move, and I thought, oh, Christ, what's happened here? Anyway, I went and got the ladder, and when I come back, he fell down sort of on the bottom there. And anyway, I took him down the vet, and they said, oh, he's definitely in pain from something. So they gave him a sedative, and then they kept him, drugged him up a bit, and then did a full scan on him, like X-ray on him. And so there's no bones broken or anything, but they put down on for the insurance, because luckily enough he was insured. They said they think he'd had a car accident. You know, he'd run across the road and the cars hit him. So I think it's more muscular, but it seems to have ruined his confidence, because he used to love to go out. He'd go out the back on next door shed, and when it was warm, and he'd just sit there and look out over, everywhere. He loved it. But I don't know. Hopefully, he's going in the cattery in a few weeks when we're away, and that usually resets him, to be honest. Because they do get into sort of bad habits and real bad behaviour, and you sort of put up with it because you love them. And then when they've been away for a couple of weeks and they come back, they're like, right, I better square myself up, I might be coming back. My dog eats for England. Well, yeah, my lab is like that, but the Dalmatian don't eat sometimes. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, they do when they're not, they do stop eating when it gets warmer. Your cat passed last Christmas, miss her big time. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly right. I mean, I'll say, obviously, Lou's poorly, and sometimes you come in and your heart's broken, and you just pick him up and he's purring and it's lovely. I don't know what to do, I mean, when the last one went, we'd had him 22 years, and he'd never had a jab. We didn't really know about that then. But this one's had everything. But he'll be, I think he's 11 in about now, probably, because we got him. They've been born about now, but it's about 11. But apparently they class that as an older cat now. Not as old as the other one, 22. I was never going to have another one, I'll be honest. When you've had to take one down and it's his time, oh, it broke my heart. Absolutely broke my heart. Yeah, they are, mate, yeah. Yeah, they are. They know as well, don't they? They know when your heart's broke, and they just come and sit with you and cheer you up. But it can be hard work. I mean, like in the winter, he'll go out at night and he'll come in. So you go to bed and he starts ragging the bed, then he wants to go out. And you're like, so you get up and let him out. But he's probably only been in 20 minutes, but he just wants to play up. Yours was 13. Wow, what happened to her? Him. Was it her? Yeah, she. What happened to her then? Was she poorly or? I don't know with this guy, to be honest. I mean, because he's a big lad. I always think with cats, if you get them as a kitten and you feed them really well, they grow to be massive, don't they? The bones grow to be massive. Yeah, that's right, Mike, yeah. It's the same with the, it's like when you take them to the vets, if you go in there and they say, oh, it's going to cost £2,000 to sort them out, you say, well, there's your £2,000 to sort them out then. You don't think, oh, well, I can't really afford that, because you have to budget that in when you take them on. They're a part of the family and they're your mate, and they don't deserve to be in pain. I think his bill was 7 something. Turned out on the insurance we got one of them where you got to chuck into it, so we've got 500 back. I think it was nearly 8, the bill. But that's it. They're definitely not. They are exactly part of the family. And if you can't treat them like that, then that's it. I mean, it goes to a really nice cattery while we're away. We don't let people come and feed him and stuff like that, because you've always got that worry of them going out, and then when you get home, they say, oh, he's been run over, week last Thursday. Here he is in a bag. So we send him off, we take him to the cattery, and he spoils him rotten. And then we bring him back and he plays the bloody house up for 2 days because he's miserable as hell. Because he didn't really want to go in there. But so hopefully he's going to come back to us, bless him. But it's a worry with a cat. I always think with a cat, dogs aren't so bad because they'll stay with you, won't they? But with a cat, they go out at night, and every morning when you open the door and they walk in, you're like, that's another one. Because, we live, there's a busy road there. He's got 2 chances. Thankfully, he don't go far, especially since he's had this, whatever's happened to him. He don't go far at all, but it takes him ages to come in the morning. Wow. Just had some sort of fate. Well, I suppose at least it was quick. You know what I mean? Some people will keep the pets going far too long, won't they? I mean, to be honest, when ours was 22 and he got heart failure, but he should have been gone a couple of years before because he'd gone blind and all sorts. And I said to my wife, we're going to take him down. You're not taking him down. I said, well, fair enough. But I said, it's getting to the stage now where he's starting to be cruel. My dog sleeps at the bottom of the bed and I have no choice. Yeah, well, ours does. If he goes out at 6 o'clock time, he'll then come in at sort of 12 o'clock time, and the first thing he does is jump on the bed. He actually sleeps on my wife's pillow with her, right next to her head. It's amazing. He always has done. He's, and we don't stop him. He's got the full run of the house. I was a bit careful when I bought this chair because it's an expensive one, and I thought he might rag it, so I shut the door on here a few times, but you'd soon realise he doesn't really scratch out. But apart from every bit of wallpaper all the way up the stairs, it's a right bloody mess. And my wife says, we need to get that decorated. So we need to wait while he stopped breathing first. It's a waste of money. Well, he didn't scrape the other stuff. Nobody did scrape this. My Dalmatian had a urinary tract bladder problem, and I had the up £1,000. He was only 3 years old. Has it sorted him out then? Was he blocked up, or was he peeing all over? Yeah, that's it. Was he lucky enough to be insured, or did you just come out of your money? One thing I don't like is those Sunday vets. You take them to a special place because yours is closed. A veterinary hospital, and they're just there for the money. They'll tell you anything just so they can keep it alive for another hour and then spend £1,000 on it. Oh dear. My sister got a sausage dog now, which I walk during the day. Can't have another pet right now. Well, yeah, good plan. If you're not doing too well, if you're not very well, it is nice. But, sometimes if we didn't have him, you just think like, right, we've got on holiday, let's go off. Oh, right. All right. So Nicky had to pay. You don't get out for £1,000 now, though, do you? My last taxi, if you put 4 Bridgestones on it, it was £600. Crazy. And then you get people up in the door going, can you do Lincoln for 25? So now I could do it for 45. Well, I ain't got that. Well, you get on the bus then. Thanks. It's a problem with the breed. I think sometimes you think they're, because obviously it comes from breeding, doesn't it? Like some of them dogs with the nose, they have breathing problems and eczema in the wrinkles, and sometimes it's because they've been bred like that, isn't it? I think sometimes it's, a bit too much, isn't it? They're a bit too refined. What time are we on? Yeah, it's 20 past 12. I'll give it another 10 minutes and I'm going to clear off because, to be honest, I'm tired. Since I stopped having a beer, when I first stopped having a beer, I had terrible insomnia for ages. And recently, I'm just the opposite. I get up at 10 o'clock and at 3 o'clock I'm thinking, I could do with another quick nap, The thing is, when you get older, you've got to get up, haven't you, to the loo in the middle of the night. It's a bloody nuisance. Snoring away, you wake up, you've got to go. Anybody got plans for the weekend? Obviously, I'm back to normal weekend, so I'm going to be at work. I've been biting my fingernails today. They go all sharp and messy at the end. Hopefully we're going to have a busy weekend. So today was lovely. It's been a while since it's been as good as what it was today. So whether I've been having phone trouble and they haven't been getting through, I don't know. Just chilling watching vape shows. Yeah. There'll be a few on as well. They'll be back on this week, won't they? Saturday show, I don't think they bothered last week. I think Simon was on last week. So only really on Nev's show, obviously wasn't on because they were all at the thing. Watching Christ, let's try that again. Watching Celtic lift the trophy this weekend. Is that your opinion, or is that going to be definite? I never told you, when I went to, I've been talking to a guy who's a cab driver from Glasgow. And now they're having a couple of weeks off, on just the Wednesday one now. I think it might be for the American people. Yeah, on the way to the Expo, I met a guy in McDonald's who I've been communicating with for 15 years on Twitter. He's a Glasgow cab driver. And I can't remember who it was. Oh, you're going to the game? Oh, nice. Yeah, so I met him at the McDonald's in Newark on the way there. First time I've ever seen him in real life. And I've been chattering away to him on the internet for 15 years. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just after 2 weeks, haven't they? So I'll tell you about the channel, bit of channel news. Wednesday I went out and did a live stream. Monday I went out and filmed a beautiful nature walk, which comes up at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And if you're into nature walks, you'll really enjoy that. I did quite a few shorts that I've been putting up. Some really good ones as well. I worked out if you get the camera and push it through the long grass like that, it come up brilliant. But some of them shorts now are getting like 1,500 views. I've never had views like that before. So it's obviously starting to work. So hopefully, within a short space of time, we should reach the moon and back. Yeah, just these a couple of weeks. When you keep doing these shows week in, week out, you just need a bit of a break, don't you? Anyway, I suppose I better go. Lovely to see you all. Thanks ever so much for popping in. If you're new to the channel, please give us a sub. And if you could all hit the thumbs up, it really does actually make a difference to the algorithm, and they'll share out these videos that I keep putting up. And hopefully we'll be extremely famous. Got to save some money off for the Algarve in June for a week. Mrs. said no more spending, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're off to Madeira in Spain in a villa. It was donated to Lou and us, obviously, because we went last year and got robbed. So we're going to have a couple of weeks there. It looks a really nice area. It's past Benidorm and up away. So, right, that's it. Catch you all soon. I don't know when I'll next be on. I'll be off out filming on Monday. So tomorrow, Friday's video will be on as usual at 8 o'clock. That's all I can tell you for the minute. You never know. Might be back on Monday. We'll see. See what happens. Because I didn't do it last week because I was worn out, to be honest. So, right, catch you all soon. Bye-bye then. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye.